Here we go.
I will say, Firefighter Tristana is one of my favorite Triss skins.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
So, I got a question. What's your favorite skin in the game? While we're waiting.
It's the first skin I ever got. It's from season 2, I believe, and it's since been updated. But it's School Teacher Rise.
Interesting. So I used to be an entire Fiora like absolute mark when I first started playing this game. Rest in peace, old Fiora. I used to love Hid Mistress Fiora. We're not going to talk about why, but like right now, my favorite skin is the Prestige Edition of the Dragon for Set. Because if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh fan like me, his normal skin is Red Eyes Black Dragon, and his Prestige Edition is that Blue Eyes White Dragon.
You love to see it. Seraphine, Caitlyn, Sejuani all grouping up here, and I feel like we've seen all of those characters quite a lot in the MAEC.
Yeah, we do see
popular.
We do see the Seraphine usually does get banned on the side of Mount St. Mary's against them. So it's great to see that they're actually going to be able to be on that comfort pick. They're going to have a lot of poke in that bot lane, but that Rel, if you look at that bottom, they're actually waiting for them in that bush. So we're probably going to see an engage here, and they don't know the Sejuani. Ooh, okay. So they did find out they were sitting there.
All right. Here we are then. In the top lane, Aurelia, a very fun champion in my opinion. Glad to see her. The Yorick, honestly pretty boring. So I know who I'm rooting for.
I personally have a vendetta against Aurelia in my solo queue games, so I agree with you. I actually don't like either of the top lane champions, but if I had to pick one, I'm gonna pick the Yorick.
It looks like my champion wins. Yes, go Aurelia, go.
Well, we're not there yet. No one's gone down yet, so we'll see.
You'll see. My go got this.
So it looks like we're going to just have a boring mid farming matchup. We're going to see that range advantage is going to be on the side of that Syndra, who can create those orbs, I believe about 500 units away from her. So she's going to be able to hopefully create that, get that little damage onto that Galio whenever he is standing still trying to poke that farm.
So with this Aurelia, a little bit more of an aggressive posture. And same with the Syndra versus the Galio. The Galio pretty good at withstanding the harassment though. Being fairly tanky as far as mid laners go. In the bot lane, seeing a lot of movement. And it is sort of the more aggressive posturing, I think, from Red. As you can see. Just patrolling. The Triss now gonna jump in onto the Kate. The damage isn't that big though. And yeah, actually comes off way worse in that trade.
Yeah, it looks like they possibly were trying to go for a little snare, maybe have that Rel go in onto that Caitlyn, but it looks like that just did not work out on their side. They are going to be a little over pushed right now, and if you look down the bottom side, they have no vision whatsoever, but it looks like Sejuani showed her head in the top lane, so they don't have to worry about that gank coming through.
Already I'm looking at the clock and I'm thinking you need to win very quickly, Mount St. Mary's. The fact that things are even up to now is actually maybe not great for them. Seraphine and Caitlyn going to be pushing forward. The Rel dropping low will live though.
Yeah, we do see that Volibear is actually counter jungling that Sejuani in that bot side. When we look in that Mount St. Mary's, they have no vision in that bottom side of the jungle, so they don't even know that Volley is actually counter jungling them on that side. Oh, and looks like we're gonna get okay. We're gonna see an engage in that mid lane coming up soon.
Absolutely. I hope so anyway. I see so many champions. Syndra gonna throw in a ball, nothing just yet. Actually, it's a turret shot. That was a little bit careless. Aurelia now on the Yorick, getting the damage done, dashing in now, and doing a decent job of it. Can Yorick get away? Absolutely not. First blood for the Aurelia. The
And like-
Sejuani gonna fall right.
Like I said, like clockwork, Aurelia is able to dash through Yorik's CC, which is that little pod, that little shelter that he creates to contain people in. She's able to dash. If she on clicks, she's able to still dash right through it. So that's not going to stop her unless that on click is on cooldown, but it was not there. So that's why we see a dead Yorik in the top lane. Now, the one thing, ooh,
The volley. Gonna drop. Yeah, just about, but actually goes 1-for-1. Another Caitlyn under duress. And, well, I mean, this looks to be another easy kill for the Trist. Maybe. Oh, maybe not.
that heal came out. Triss everything was on CC for cooldown, excuse me, for that Triss, so that kill was not going to come through. And here comes that Aurelia.
Big dash in the rail. For the most part, withstanding it, but now a couple more dashes, and that is it. The Aurelia will get the kill, and Galio joins them down bot for a little bit of safety.
Yeah, and I hear Elios is probably like, let's not have me talk any more smack on his non-Camille picks, because looks like he is going to be 2-0 on that Aurelia, absolutely becoming a menace on the Rift right now.
And what a turnaround from what we saw when Mount St. Mary's faced OD. They're really giving more than they're getting right now.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to see that Seraphine actually escape with her life. That double cast of her shield actually saved her life from that Tristana bomb. She did not have that. She would absolutely have went down once that bomb did explode on top of her head.
10k, it's 10.2. Smallest of leads right now for Howard. Yorick feeding his children to the Aurelia. You hate to see it.
Yeah, we're sitting here relatively early in the top lane now. We do have... Yorick is a great split push champion. But Aurelia is just going to have that damage to out-sustain him. She's going to be able to dash through every single one of his creeps that he does form. And especially when he does decide to pop that ult, she's going to be able to take that down very fast.
And we see the Aurelia is pushed in that wave so hard. I'm interested to see if she just gets a bit of vision. I was thinking maybe try and make a play and set up for this Rift Herald if the Sejuani was available as well. But no, nothing really comes of it, and we're going to see once again creep equilibrium.
Yeah, and we're going to see that that Aurelia is going to be out farming that Yorwick currently right now. She's going to be able to dash through every single one of those creeps, so she should not be missing a creep from here on out if they are low, because that dash will be available for her, and then she'll be able to double that damage by dashing through something else. Oh, and that's going to be a big stun from that Aurelia. Oh, that's going to probably be a dead Yorwick
That
here.
hurts. That hurts. York comes out. It's over.
Ult comes out. She's still sitting there at almost half health. Ate the ult, killed the ult, ate a tower shot, and was still perfectly fine. So even if Yorwick did have a flash there, she was going to be actually able to dash in and still kill him under tower, and more than likely still escape with her life. At this point, they're in the driver's seat right now, and now they actually have to worry about time is going to be a factor for them. They have about 21 minutes to finish this game if they're going to keep their lead that they currently have. Even though it's a small one, they still do have the advantage. Time will come into play here.
Okay, couple of plates going to drop on the side of the blue team, which is great news if you're Trist. The volley bear even aggressively jungling there. I love it. Every little bit of efficiency they can get.
Yeah, that volley bear is just living rent-free in their bot side jungle. There's nothing to contest his split pushing, his counter jungling, so he's just going to get free reign of that, all of that stuff on the bot side of the river.
Is it going to be another plate? Not quite. They have to back away as the Kate comes in, but no! The engagement comes in from the Rel. The Galio, though, is here, but so is the Volley, who gets the hugest AoE you've ever seen, but gets dropped by the Galio. And now the Trist has to flash away.
And that was a big whiff on that Seraphine ult. If Seraphine did get that ult, we would have probably seen a dead Trist. Oh, the Ignite ticks.
But oh, the double stun! Huge from the Galio and the Seraphine.
Ooh, that Ignite got Caitlyn so low down there in the bot lane. But they're able to secure both kills down there. Now, looking that, they have about 1,000 gold lead. They are going to probably get more tower plates in that bot lane before Rel and Tristana gets back. And we're going to see that that Caitlyn still has no kills. She doesn't have all the gold. That gold is on that Seraphine right now. So we're going to see a bunch more poke from that Seraphine coming up.
This Aurelia, I think, could be a menace, though. 3 kills. 83 farm. Oh, we're going to have an engagement here as Rel comes in onto the Caitlyn. Here's the Trist as well, and the damage, it's there.
Yeah,
Body as well on the Seraphine. Gonna fall. Shut down. That's a lot of gold for the Trist.
Yeah, they overstayed their welcome there in the bot lane. Rel still had her Magnetic Storm, and we do see that gain coming in from the Volley Bear. So that's going to be unnecessary gold they do give up over to the side of that Tristana, but still, I'm going to still give the advantage to Mount St. Mary's in terms of that Aurelia in the top lane. It's still going to be absolutely massive.
Tower full down bot lane. Another boon for Howard. This Trist could become an issue.
Yeah, that Trist is gonna have that split push potential, but when it comes to that team fight, that Aurelia is gonna be able to dash in. If she does not get CC out, that Aurelia will end up getting that massive multi-kill.
Yorick struggling a little bit here. You can see just trying to keep the creeps out of tower range so that he can get his last hits.
Yeah, those last hits are important for him to raise the dead and actually get over to that Aurelia. Well, that's going to be a big stun onto that Yorick.
Yeah, man. Is it a kill? Not quite yet. And actually going into the tower is going to get shut down, and the Yorick claims it. Rel and Trist with a beautiful rotation.
Yeah, and it's going to cost them that most of the mid lane tower here for that. And possibly this teleport, if they can get it off. Okay, that teleport is going to be able to get off from that Yorick.
Okay, and here comes Volley in the backline. Sejuani not dropping that low, though, and the Volley misses, it seems. Is the Galio going to get away? I don't think so. Dropped by the Syndra in the end. Ooh, another hit onto the Seraphine. I think she'll live, though. Yep. They will escape without any further casualties.
This is some excellent rotation on the side of Howard here. They were able to capitalize, get that teleport down. Even though they do lose a bunch of tower plates in that mid lane, they were actually able to secure that kill and prevent that mid tower from going down. It looks like they are going to be securing that top tower with that rotation. But Aurelia is going to come back just in time to save it. But they took down all of that tower plates, got all of that extra gold. Looks like they are going to be going in for a flank here.
The Aurelia gonna get caught out and dropped just as quickly. Here's the Sejuani trying to make it even. The Galio as well coming in. Big stun, but I think the damage is still gonna be there. No, the Trist can't really engage. And the Rel falls. Tristana's down as well. Shut down for a huge amount. And that is quite the issue for Howard.
It was an excellent transition on that 2v1 that came out onto that Aurelia to shut her down, send her back to spawn. It was a great rotation up by the rest of Mount St. Mary's to secure those 2 kills on the side of Howard after taking away that trade. So it's going to be an excellent 2-for-1 on the side of Mount St. Mary's to get them back into the game, get them some extra gold underneath their belt. And we're looking at the gold differential being about 1.9K on the side of Howard Community College because of those tower plates.
Okay. Small lead right now for Howard. The Syndra's had a bit of a quiet game. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, and even look at the farm differential on the side of Howard. We do see the deficit in that top lane, but look at that. 19 up in the jungle, almost 30 up in the mid lane. We're looking at about 45 up on the ADC, and even that 12 up from that Rel getting that extra goal over to that Tristana. So that Tristana effectively is about, I say about 50 to 60 farm up on that Caitlyn because of that extra gold that is transitioned over to her every time Rel kills a creep.
Well, we have a little bit of a lull. We do have the Rift Tower coming up very shortly.
And like I said, look at that split push on the side of Yorick, but that really is there to stop it. But his ult is just going to keep pushing, and Bishop's going to be able to take it down.
There we go. A nice little bit of gold and more for the Aurelia. That's such a fun champion.
Yep, and we see that tower is taken down on the side of Mount St. Mary's. So we got one tower up there in the top lane taken by Mount St. Mary's. And looks like now we're at the point where it's going to be a battle for objectives. We got Dragon coming up in about a minute. Rift Herald's already up. So expect a big fight in Dragon. We see Vision is all over for both teams. And like I said, look at that big engage.
Here we go. It seems like everyone's stunned right now. The Syndra gets taken down, but the Aurelia falls as well. It's a mutual kill. The Trist allowed to fire. Almost just everything's free for her right now. It's going to be a double kill for the Sejuani. Meanwhile, the Trist gets her back, and that is a bit of a messy fight. The wreckage that we're all walking through right now, it looks decent, I think, for Blue, as they will be able to take this dragon. But Yorick, still with a lot of HP, perhaps has something to say about that alongside the Trist.
Yeah, it was a 2 for 3 on the side of Mount St. Mary's here, but looks like we're going to see a re-engage. The teleport, they're back in. I don't know if they're going to be able to survive that.
Oh, Trist goes in, stunned by the Galio, dropped by the Caitlyn, and the Telly from the Syndra has done nothing.
And it's going to be a dragon on the side of Mount St. Mary's. They're going to need to actually look to hopefully hurry up and get these objectives and possibly push a little bit more. They are now officially playing against the clock. They want to win to secure their place into the grand finals, but now since our tiebreaker is time, they're going to need to complete this game in the next 11 minutes. So we need to keep an eye on that timer straight in the middle. Mount St. Mary's is now on a ticking time bomb.
See what they can do. They have, it's not even a lead in terms of gold, actually, a pretty significant advantage in terms of objectives, but they need to get further ahead if they're going to shut this game out in any sort of short order.
Yeah, right now you can't even look at the goal lead as an advantage on the side of Howard, because Howard was able to get a bunch of that early tower plating that does add up in a lot of lanes. We look at their gold lead being about 2.5K. That's taken about about 80% of the tower plating early on in that game, because we do see a bunch of the goal on the side of Mount St. Mary's through kills and other dragon objectives. So we got to look and see if how they can transition, even though they're at a gold deficit, but they need to keep winning these team fights to get back in, to reduce that gold deficit, to finally take the lead inside, finally take the lead for gold. Ooh, word jumble myself.
That's all right. We've been talking a lot today. It's okay if half of it doesn't make any sense and the other half mispronounced. It's fine. It just means that Riot Games probably won't be calling for us anytime soon.
Yeah, that's fine. Now it's interesting to see that we do see that Baron will be coming up in the next 10 seconds. Dragon is about 3 minutes out, but we don't see a lot of vision on the side of Howard Community College inside of that river or around Baron. So we do see Mount St. Mary's has all that vision. We might be seeing a transition, hopefully, onto that Baron to get hopefully a little bit of extra push on the side of Mount St. Mary's, because now we're officially under 10 minutes that they need to complete this game in.
Yep, we're going to have to soon pick up the pace. I think you're absolutely right. It's whether they're aware of that is the question. Red buff goes over to Trist. And I think that, unfortunately for the side of Howard, they are a little bit all in on this Trist right now. I'm not seeing any of their other champions really having the impact. The Syndra is doing okay, but usually trading at best. The Trist is the X factor.
Correct, yeah. On the side of Howard, yeah, their key to victory right now is that Tristana. That Tristana actually living in the back line, able to get a big bomb on to one of their targets, have that target stay in the fight long enough for that bomb to explode, to deal that AoE to everyone inside of that team fight.
9 minutes then. 9 minutes. Seraphim tries. Misses. Sejuani can't get a hit either. The Ral's going to be okay.
Yeah, now it looks like they are just hopefully prepping for fights, because we see all the vision for both sides are down in that top side river. We do see a bunch of vision on the side of Mount St. Mary's on that bottom side prepping for Dragon, even though Dragon's not going to be up for another 2 minutes. And it looks like we are going to just see a little bit of a lull and a little bit of stall from both sides to farm up, get a little bit of pressure in each lane before we see any major fights for objectives.
I wonder if Howard are playing for time, knowing that the clock is against their opponent and just stalling, because they could.
Yeah, they could be 100% playing for time, get that advantage, know they're going to advance to grand finals no matter what as soon as we hit that eight-ish more minute mark. So we need to see the aggression from Mount St. Mary's come up, but it looks like we're going to get a big team fight here.
Very, very messy. And that, oh god, my game for whatever reason has just stuttered horribly, but there we go. In the aftermath, it is all going the way. And yeah, another big stall. Sorry about this, I'm having some technical issues. But it does mean in the end, the volley gets a double. 14-14, it is the ace. Dragon surely now for Howard.
Yeah, we're going to see an ace from the side of Howard, and it's going to give them actually now a major goal lead. They were able to get that Mountain Drake, and it looks like we're going to transition over to that Baron. So right now it's 100% looking like Mount St. Mary's is not going to have the ability to come back. But this is League. Crazier things have happened. But we do see Howard actually going in on that Baron. They're going to be able to take this down relatively fast without a contest from Mount St. Mary's. We do see the teleport into the mid lane coming from that Aurelia. So it looks like they do know that they're going to be on that. It looks like we're going to see an engage up to the Seraphine.
Oh, she's going to get dropped ever so quickly. The Arc Confine is hit. Sejuani comes in, and well, the Aurelia's doing some serious damage, but not bringing anyone down. It's Yark with a double, a little bit of revenge for the laning phase. And yeah, this Baron, well, it's going to be theirs, and they claim 3 kills.
Yeah, we went from about a 2,000 to 3,000 gold lead to now we're looking at almost a 7K gold lead. And then we're going to see that teleport coming out from that Eurowork, who has the Baron minions. He's going to have his minions, his ult to keep pushing. We're going to see a tower take it down. This is a major power shift on the side of Howard, who won one team fight, able to secure Dragon, able to start the Baron, and we do see that Seraphine get picked off, which led to the steamroll. Got that Baron, got another tower. This is looking like Howard's game to lose at this point.
Adjust. they would have to do something pretty dire to throw this one away. And they can just play so casually, so calmly now. They don't have any pressure, it feels like.
Yeah, Mount St. Mary does know about the time. We have about 4 minutes left until we actually secure what our grand finals is going to be here. But it's looking like it looks like Howard might be going 2-0 here. We're going to see a major team fight in the jungle.
Oh, and Rel comes in, huge stun on 3. The Aurelia drops. The Trist with a double continues on to the Kate. Doesn't quite commit, but this is looking very good indeed for Howard, who now get to claim the jungle. They're probably going to claim the mid tower after that, if they like. It's all gravy right now.
Yeah, and there's a reason why Howard won our last pop-up. And we look how they were playing from behind and able to transition, grab that lead, and this is probably going to be game right here.
2 for 3, the tower as well. Probably this tower too, you would expect so, right? With the Baron buff, they're going to push so fast as soon as these minions get here.
Yeah, we're looking at 3 up on the side of Mount St. Mary's, everyone up on the side of Howard. We're going to see that top lane get pushed out by that Yorwick with his ult. We're going to see the inhibitor go down, and this is looking like it is going to be Howard going 2-0 in our round robin.
And it was such a close game for a long time, but Howard, they take that one team fight that I unfortunately didn't even get to see. I just saw the end of it, but ever since then, it's been sort of trivial for them.
Yeah, we see the turrets going down. Looks like we might see a back from that Yorwick to pick a couple items, maybe an extra ward or 2. And we're going to probably see another all mid or team fight in that mid lane to decide the game.
They go back to farming their jungle, get their final round of buffs, I think. Maybe, I mean, there's no need to really think about a dragon or a Baron at this point, but if they really wanted to play this like I know the top professionals do and absolutely guarantee themselves the next fight, they probably would wait for the next objective. But there's no need, really. I think that they can look to just take a good team fight from here.
Yeah, it's looking like Howard should be able to force any fight that they need here to complete this game. They do have complete control, so any fights they do decide to do, it's going to more than likely go their way. We're looking at an 11k gold lead on the side of Howard. Right now, Mount St. Mary's is playing a game looking for picks, but at this point, picks won't help them. No matter what, it looks like we're going to see Howard in that grand finals, and Mount St. Mary's, unfortunately, is going to get eliminated here.
Dragon is coming up. York, meanwhile, pushing on the top lane. And it feels like they want to take a 4v5? Maybe? The Galio actually comes back to deal with the York and the mid-wave pushing in. So it's actually a 4v4, which you love for Howard. Meanwhile, an inhibitor falls. Dragon does go the way of Howard as well. And
yeah, Mount St. Mary's is going to definitely need to go back. This is going to be a Nexus tower on the side of Howard coming through. They did not even respond back to the push of that Yorwick. Like I said, Yorwick split champ machine. He was able to mow down 2 towers, an inhibitor, and then a 3rd tower by the time they actually took that dragon, was able to back. And this is looking like we're going to see another inhibitor go down on the side of Mount St. Mary's. We're going to see 3 inhibitors. We're going to see double the Nexus minions coming out, and this is looking like all over. This might be the final team fight here.
I have turned on my studio light, ready for my moment on camera, as everything is being thrown at Mount St. Mary's right now, and they're toppling one by one, double for the volley back. They're going to take down this turret, and then the Nexus. It is over, and your grand finalists will be Howard Community College and OD.
Now, I